Let's go to breaking news. Officials providing an update right now on a pursuit crash and shootout with a suspect in Boyle Heights. Let's listen in.
Got out of the vehicle and ran. Responding officers were closing in on him at that point. Suspect got out. As he was running, he was firing on the officers. One officer was struck in the chest at least once. Thankfully, he had a ballistic vest on, which saved his life. The suspect continued to fire at officers. Multiple officers fired at him. A suspect was shot. LA Fire Department responded, treated the suspect at scene, and transported him to a local hospital where he's currently in critical condition in surgery. Our officer, thankfully, has been evaluated at the hospital, but it looks at this point like he's going to be okay. So we're very, very thankful. Looking at the suspect's actions, he was firing that gun. Anybody in the community could have been taken out by his actions. So we're very thankful that we ended up in the situation we did. Our officer put everything on the line to try and take this suspect into custody, supported by other officers from Newton and Hollenbeck Division. And we're very, very fortunate to have the end like this with the officer in the condition he's in. So thank you. Let me open it up. We did recover a gun at the scene right where the suspect went down. That's being processed. The scene is being processed by both Force Investigation Division and Robbery Homicide Division. Let me open it up. Any questions? Yeah, I can't tell you how many shots were fired. There's a lot of casings out there. I don't know how many at this point. It's very preliminary yet. Suspect, from what I saw in a video, he fired first. Yeah. Yeah, we'll determine that as we go through the investigation. A whole lot of interviews to be conducted of officers, of witnesses, of people in the environment, and as you can imagine, all the camera feeds that we'll have available from Ring doorbells and businesses, freeway, and all the officers' in-car video and body-worn camera.
Why do we think he got bailed out of the car? Was he surrounded at that point and basically blocked from moving any further?
No, he crashed into, he should have taken a turn to the left to be able to continue the pursuit. He went straight into the fence right next to the freeway here. And so he crashed is basically why he bailed.
How many officers were on him at that point?
There were probably 3 to 4 cars responding then very shortly after he hit the fence.
Just a few seconds after they told him to drop it.
Yeah, repeatedly. And he chose not to do that. Yeah. Yeah, we still we have to get a positive ID on the suspect. He was transported. He's in surgery, as I mentioned. From what we do know, he's a male adult, Hispanic, probably mid-30s. The officers observed a gun, I believe, from what we know at this point, on the suspect in the vehicle. So that's why they tried to stop him, to protect the community, and the suspect fled.
Do you know if the pickup truck was stolen?
I'm sorry? I don't know that yet. Yeah, I don't have that yet. Yeah. Somebody else said I can't hear you. It's a handgun. It's a handgun, semi-auto handgun. All right. From what I understand at this point, it was not as a result of a radio call. It was an observation by the officers of the suspect at that scene, Washington and Alameda, roughly. The officers expected to be okay. Right, exactly. Going there right now. Yep. Oh, you can imagine, when you get we were in a police commission meeting, got the word that there was an officer-involved shooting and an officer had been shot. No details at that time, very, very early. So certainly, you can imagine, you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach, worried, hoping for the best, but worried that it might be the worst. So we were thankful to get the news we did when we got it. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll take one more question because I got to get the chief to the hospital. Anybody else? One more.
Yeah, a lot. This is a residential community. a very stable community, one where you have people who've been living here for many years, and young kids as well. So for the suspect to get out of the vehicle and engage in the behavior he did, he literally could have taken anybody out on the street at that time. So we're very thankful the outcome was what it was. Yeah, we can't say enough for that. Yeah, that saved his life. The placement of the shot would indicate that in all likelihood it could have been a very serious or fatal shot. So we're as thankful as we can be tonight. Thank you all very much.
Thank you all. I have Lieutenant Elpidio Orozco here for
All right,
Spanish
we've been
media
listening to a
outlets,
press
and then
conference
anything
given
else
by
you stand
LAPD Chief Jim McDonald talking about that
This
pursuit
scene will probably be
and
shut down
shooting
here
that
for probably
happened
the
in
next few
Boyle
hours. I
Heights.
can
A
anticipate
police
3 to 4
officer is
hours.
in
It
the
takes some
hospital
time,
with
and this is a pretty
injuries,
complex
and that
scene
suspect was
because there
shot
kind
dead
of
by
this running,
officers,
shooting
and the
towards
chief
the
there
officers.
said that
So
that
it's gonna-
suspect opened fire first.
And CBS's Gio Insignaris just arrived on the scene. So Gio, what can you tell us?
Well, Rutabe and Pat, I just give you a sense of the scene right now because Chief McDonald just got done with that press conference over to my right shoulder here and a gaggle of other reporters. And you'll notice the scene behind us as well extends a significant amount all the way toward at least a couple blocks, it feels like. We're also at a bit of an interchange here where the 10 freeway meets the 5, the 101 as well. So that's why you'll notice a lot of sound over us as well. It's a rather loud scene. And the chief just confirming a lot of the details that we were trying to confirm for you earlier. If we can, we want to show you some video from SkyCal just to kind of capture the chaos of this scene, because even from the ground it's been hard to get a vantage point just from our perspective, given the fact that the scene extends for so long and there's been a number of road blockages and closures as they continue canvassing and investigating the situation, and the chief just standing by over here as well. Now, what we do know is that according to LAPD, this pursuit started just before 2 o'clock in South LA, with officers responding to a possibly stolen vehicle. Now, the chief mentioned that they observed the suspect, and then that's what prompted said pursuit. And the images from SkyCal in our video shows the suspect at many points driving recklessly, at times driving on the wrong side of the road at incredibly high speeds. Then just after 2 o'clock, at around 2:05, that's when the driver crashed into a fence, according to the chief, near the intersection of Garnett and Marietta here in Boyle Heights, and tried to run away. Soon after that, we saw that the driver pulled out what looked like a gun, the chief confirming that it in fact was a gun, and that's when officers opened fire and the man was hit. Now, on top of all of that, that's when an officer was also hit, and the chief acknowledged the fact that that officer was hit in the chest area, and thanks to a bulletproof vest, likely prevented any serious injury. Checked out at the scene, so was the suspect, and then both were taken to hospitals. Now, as far as the condition of the suspect, we still don't know that as of yet. The chief did mention that he was in surgery. We still don't know the identity of that person either. Now, as we take you back out live here to take a look at the scene as well, and you just notice the intense response and the vastness of the response, in fact, too, just kind of speaks to the situation right now. And worth repeating one more time that that suspect, we are told, or rather the officer, has non-life-threatening injuries. So there was a sense of calm knowing that this could have ended up a whole lot worse, but that right now the investigation is going to continue. We'll stay on the scene, of course, throughout the evening, try and gather ourselves and gather more of these details for you and lay out exactly how everything happened. For now, guys, reporting from Boyle Heights, I'll send it back to you.
Gio, thank you.